Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of House of Cards. Today I will be reacting to the Season 2 finale. It's episode 13, chapter 26. Last we saw, we were left on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Frank is looking to get the votes needed to impeach the president, ultimately for him to take over. So that's kind of where we left off. Anxious to get here into the Season 2 finale, so let's get to it.
I had some fundamental differences of opinion with certain people in the White House.
Like who, the president?
No, sir.
She's not going to throw Frank under the bus, is she?
One person, actually. The vice president.
Oh.
Frank Underwood.
He wanted you gone?
I can't speak as to what the vice president did or didn't want.
Was he trying to hide anything? Was he afraid you might expose something?
You'd have to ask him, sir.
What's happening in the Judiciary Committee is a farce.
Impeachment, conviction, let's say it happens.
It won't. He's completely innocent.
Let's say it does happen. You become president.
That is not a scenario I'm going to entertain.
But the thought must have crossed your mind. And one could
Every
make the argument
single
that the
day.
president wouldn't be in this.
Morley, I've always liked you. You ask the tough questions, and you can certainly question my judgment, but do not question my patriotism. I serve this nation and my president, not myself.
He's lying through his teeth.
What we're doing is working. We keep...
Raymond admits to the money laundering, puts Frank at the center of this, and says, I knew nothing. And then we'll reward him for his honesty.
You mean a pardon?
I want you to talk to him.
And put myself at risk.
You're not part of this administration anymore. There's no
Damn.
law that says you can't pay Raymond Tusk a visit. And in
He's going to be
return,
using Linda.
resignations don't have to last forever, Linda.
Offering her job back.
I do this. You have to be a million miles away.
He can't ask me to resign.
They're deliberating, and now Frank and his team is deliberating.
To do that, if I were him, I would return to the hand that first fed me.
Raymond Tusk?
Exactly.
No, you'd have to implicate
Frank's a
himself
step
in that,
ahead.
yeah.
Not if he gets a pardon.
I'll be back sometime tonight.
She seems flustered for the first time in a while.
Only chance.
Well, nobody on this planet wants to see Frank Underwood go to jail more than I do. I just don't want to be sharing a cell with him.
That won't happen.
All you've given me to go on is Garrett's word.
He's asking you to tell the truth. Good things happen to those who do the right thing.
I wouldn't go on that good
And
faith.
you just expect Frank to lie down, throw in the towel. Huh?
We don't even give him the chance. Your testimony knocks him out cold.
Excuse me. Yes. Oh, thank you. Hold on. There you go.
Gift. Okay. Oh, that must be Frank sending this, no?
Care package from my wife. Now, you were saying.
That was from Frank.
I just... Stop.
Just Claire turned on her, basically.
It's hard on the kids.
It's amazing that they
They're
are still staying
embarrassed
friends,
and frightened, but we'll get through it.
even as much as Frank
I thought
and
the
Walker
speech
hate
you and
each
Garrett
other.
gave was very moving.
Well, it seems to have helped some.
I love
You're a
Trisha.
good person, Claire. Be well.
If the president does end up getting impeached, I hope we still see more of her. She's so regretful now. Oh man. I'm shocked. You heard me saying like previous episodes how surprised I am she's able to always contain herself despite the treachery and the deceitfulness. And now it's just like it's all reached, she's reached her breaking point. Holy shit. I didn't think she had one. She's starting to feel remorse. I'm very surprised. But that was it, right? Let out a little 5-second cry and I'm good to go. Yeah. There it is. Raymond Tusk here to see you, sir. Never was a fan of opera.
Let's work together, as we always intended to do.
I mean, Raymond's obviously entertaining it.
When they put you in that box, barely bigger than a coffin, remember how beautiful the music was tonight.
Oh, shit.
It might give you some small degree of comfort.
Puccini's a downer. I prefer something much more optimistic.
Well, trying's not enough, Francis.
Well, I can't sit next to him in the hearing room with a gun to his head.
Well, that sounds like an excuse.
It's a reality.
You promised me I wasn't going to have to prepare for the worst.
And I intend to keep that promise.
Well, I want to be sure. I want both of us to be sure.
The only surefire way is for Walker to call him off personally.
Then make that happen.
I cannot force a man who thinks I'm his enemy to suddenly call me his friend.
Yep.
I've done what I had to do.
Claire's frustrated.
Now you do what you have to do. Seduce him. Give him your heart. Cut it out and put it in his fucking hands.
Jeez. I'm telling you, this episode, this is a side of Claire we haven't seen. The emotion, the frustration. I don't even remember if she ever cursed before, especially to Frank.
Well, even if you are being genuine, that doesn't do much for me. I won't survive impeachment because I got along with my vice president.
No, I agree. You need more than my good intentions.
Proof. That's what I want to see, Frank. I'm not just falling on the sword. Show me results. And then I'll reconsider whether you're worth any of my trust at all.
You're talking votes.
Yeah. Whipping votes is your strong suit.
It has placed our Navy in harm's way. The president who put us there...
He knew.
Oh, he's not bleeding the fifth anymore.
Excuse me?
My client reserves the
He knew. Isn't that what you're all wondering?
Oh, shit, dude.
Quiet, please.
Done. Done. That's it. President's done.
Exactly.
I can't fathom why he lied.
That's retribution.
For what? The energy crisis?
No.
Because of the pardon that he denied him a
Did
pardon.
you offer him something?
He knows.
Well, Raymond's testimony hurts, but it can't finish us off. It's impossible to prove a lie.
Impeachment is inevitable.
Why should I trust you?
Because we both have too much to lose, man.
Okay. So I guess, is that guy taking the offer now from Green?
Stop lying, Rachel.
I will do whatever you want. Please just don't hurt me.
What I want is for you to answer my questions so I can help.
All you have ever done is fuck up my life.
Someone's gonna...
Why can't you just leave me? Why do you have to be such a fucking...
Stop! I'm kind of scared for her right now. But Doug's worried that she's talking. Oh god, what is she doing? Was he taking her somewhere, like to dump her? To kill her and dump her?
Rachel?
I mean, look where they are.
Everything's gonna be fine. I did it because I...
Oh, fuck.
What are you doing?
What the hell? She gonna kill him?
Well, shall we go introduce the 46th President of the United
Hmm.
States?
Oh man, there it goes. The evil stare. Is that how we're ending the season? That was pretty cool. All right, everyone. So that was the season finale of season 2 of House of Cards. So I do have to apologize. I actually recorded the reaction to the season 2 finale a couple days ago, but then I kind of got caught up in some stuff, and I've been busy. So it's taken me a couple days to finally do a recap of the episode. And a very solid ending, kind of predictable. I think the season was kind of setting it up for Frank to take over as president, and ultimately that did happen. But not to say there was a lot of things that happened that were really surprising in this episode. One of the most intriguing storylines, I would say, for me this season has been with Doug Stamper and Rachel. I've mentioned that before, and it's kind of curious as to what Doug was doing there. We can assume that he was maybe driving Rachel off into the woods to dispose of her, to kill her. I don't know. I guess from Doug's standpoint, he's worried that Rachel is now talking, and I'm sure the jealousy that he has with Rachel and her girlfriend, maybe that's coming into play as well. But we didn't get a chance to see what Doug would have done because Rachel acted very aggressively, and she obviously thought something bad was going to happen to her. So she was able to escape from the car and knocked out Doug. They did show Doug is alive. But I'm definitely, as we enter into season 3, that is the most intriguing storyline for me. I felt that Doug was going to kill her. I felt that she definitely saved herself in that situation. Perhaps Doug getting that information from Hacker Guy, whose name I know now, by the way, is Gavin. I guess he's afraid that Rachel was talking to him, and now he's scared that she might start talking to other people. So before she can do that, he's trying to proactively dispose of her. That's my personal opinion. So really interested to see what happens there going into season 3. Frank giving President Alan Walker the letter with his signature, basically confessing to everything that the president was getting accused of, just shows you how confident Frank is with his manipulation, right? I mean, he would never do that. If the president used that, then I mean, Frank's in a world of shit. Like that's gonna ruin his chances of, forget getting president, of having any position in the White House at all. So it just shows you how confident it was. Yes, it was a last ditch effort because he needed to gain the president's trust before taking over. And he did it. Like he used that letter and he got the trust of the president, and ultimately got impeached. And now Frank is president. So, and then also Gavin's storyline. It looks like I'm assuming he's going to be taking a position in the White House. It looks like Doug was making him an offer to stay quiet, so they were offering him a seat. And now I don't know if that conversation between Gavin and Doug meant that he accepts. I think he did, but I guess we'll find out more with that storyline going into season 3. And then I guess lastly, I'm kind of curious, like with Claire, that's the first time we've really seen her show any kind of emotion. I mentioned that during the episode, like seeing her breaking down crying. I feel like that's just been a buildup of emotion that she finally let out. Because I've mentioned this in previous reaction reviews and recaps. Like, I'm surprised how stoic she is. No matter what happens, she always keeps her cool and just has that very, very serious face. Like, she doesn't rarely ever show emotion. So seeing her cry there, as silly as it sounds, was one of the biggest shocking moments in the episode. It was like, holy crap, she actually has feelings. She's actually showing emotion. And I think she's finally realizing, like, all the collateral damage, all the people she's affecting, specifically Megan, when she heard about her issues. Like, she's realizing all this damage she's causing by what she's doing. Like, she's playing with people's emotions. The fact that she had Megan speak up about her, getting raped or sexually harassed, and then, trying to pass the bill, and then and then deciding not to pass the bill to get on to side with Jackie. Like, Megan is just getting totally mind fucked, and it's caused her to resort to drugs. So I think Claire is realizing that collateral damage that she's causing just for political power, and it's ruining her. So, but I'm glad. Like, okay, Claire, you're not a mannequin. Like, you're showing emotion. Thank you, show, for having her character show a little bit of emotion and remorse. So we'll see what happens with her going forward. And then I guess leading into next season, kind of like predictions. I'm really curious, because now that Frank, he's gotten the position that he's coveted for so long, like what drama is gonna ensue from here? And I'm just thinking of the characters that could possibly be roadblocks for him going forward. I mean, you have, I think specifically the characters that know how Frank works, like how he got to where he is, and those characters could perhaps show some jealousy, or they could blackmail him, right? Like, they have information on Frank, like they know how he got to where he is, and those characters are Jackie Sharp, right? When he wanted to get the president impeached, like, he got her on his side and specifically told her to whip the votes. You have Catherine Durant, like, she's been working with him from the beginning and moving up with him. So I'm kind of curious with her character. Like, they haven't really gone too much into her backstory and haven't done too much character development with her, but she's been with him every step of the way. Is there going to be any kind of resistance from her? You have the reporter, Ala something, I forget her last name, but she seems to be on top of everything throughout this season. So I'm wondering if there's going to be any kind of collaboration. Like, are we going to have Zoe #2, where she's just going to dig deep and maybe reconnect with Lucas Goodwin somehow? And that's another character I'm kind of curious on. Like, is he done? Is he out of the picture now? Like, he's locked in prison. Nothing, like, is he just going to stay there, or are they going to bring him up in future seasons? So I hope they do. Like, I thought that was another interesting storyline, and obviously Frank's got to face some sort of drama coming up, or else how would there be a show? So that's potentially another character that can come and bite him in the ass. But we'll see. Overall, I would say there were some low moments in season 2, some slow moments for sure, but there were some solid episodes, and I thought it was a solid finale. So definitely looking forward to see what happens coming on in season 3. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, recap, review, whatever the hell you want to call it, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Leave your comments down below. Always looking for feedback. I'm relatively new to this whole reaction thing, so definitely any kind of constructive feedback is appreciated. And until next time, have a good one.